Good evening and welcome to My Time, UC Davis Integrative Medicine's Gentle Yoga class. I'm Maureen Craig, your host, clinical nurse specialist, and yoga teacher for UC Davis Health. So this evening's class, I have some fun things planned around spinal mobility, but I thought I might talk just a moment about doing yoga practice at home rather than at the gym or in the studio. I've been talking to a few of you by email, and you've mentioned how at home it's more distractions around because you have all the things that equal your life. When you go to the studio or to the gym, then you're away from all of those distractions and you can focus maybe perhaps more on your practice on your mat. So I had a suggestion that if you're at home and practicing, that you might dim the lights a little so that you can kind of put aside or away those things that are around you and quiet that distraction in the mind. And the other part, of course, is all of our loved ones that might be in our home. So letting them know that this is a time that you've set aside, that you're going to be practicing yoga for mind and body wellness, and that you'll be unavailable to them, even though you might be very much available at other times. During this time, this practice time is for you. Okay, now those of you that have, you know that you're welcome to chat with me in the beginning and the end of class in particular. I like to see what you all have to say because it gives me a little guidance on the practice. So if you have any messages to start off with, I love to hear that. Please feel free to put those messages in the chat. So those of you that received the email know that I put a little proverb in the email today, and that was about if you want to go fast, then go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. And it kind of talks about how important it is about our little communities that we create. And so I like to think of us practicing yoga together as a little community focused on wellness. I'm thinking about the Framingham Heart Study that has looked at wellness of these families over 3 generations, and how they have realized that it is our closest connections, not actually our family members, but the people that we spend the most time with, that end up influencing things like our weight and our smoking choices and our happiness levels are all more closely correlated to the people that are close to us rather than genetically related to us. And it would not only be the friends that we have, but the friends of our friends of our friends. So 3 steps out, the 3rd degree out, and still we're more correlated with them than we are with the family members that we are maybe genetically related to. So lifestyle factors play a huge part in our happiness and our health. And so it's wonderful to have communities that help support what you intend for your life. Okay, I don't see any messages in chat, so I'm going to press my computer aside and we will begin our practice. Now, just coming on down to your mat, and I wanted to talk to you this evening about spinal mobility. And I have my little helper here, Copernicus, I call him. And one thing about the spine is that you may know that it can be vulnerable, especially at the neck and at the lumbar area. And you can kind of see that on the skeleton because what happens in the thoracic area, there's so many ribs here. And so the immobility can set in the thoracic area because the ribs have lots of little muscles between them, and it can tighten up in that area of the spine. So what we work on during yoga a lot of times is doing these motions that help move the thoracic spine And we include that with deep breathing, because when you breathe, your ribs spread apart just a little bit, and that helps. So we'll be doing a lot of the side bends and twists to help increase the mobility here. And that in turn protects the lumbar and the cervical spine. So when you have better mobility in this area, you're more protected here. Okay, we'll set our little fellow aside and begin our practice. So I'd like you to start in a reclined position, lying down. And if you have 2 blocks, then we'll use them. But if you don't, then just lie down on your back like usual. If you have 2 blocks, set them close together like that, and then tip one down so that one is for the head and one is for the shoulder blades. Just going to move my chair up just a little bit there. And then you'll come down on the blocks. So just kind of feel it as you're coming down so that your shoulder blades land there. And then taking the one for the head and setting it right under the head. And once you feel that support, then let the front body kind of feel the muscles open up and relax in the front body as your shoulder blades come together a little bit and the arms out to the side. So try to get yourself in a comfortable position here. Now, if this feels too much for you, you can come down on your back flat. So for some people, it's a little too much to have the front body opened up so much. So just check in with yourself, and if you can maintain this position, begin to deeply breathe. So nice big breath in, and then a slow, long exhale. And then begin to use the breath almost like something that helps release tension in the body. So take your attention like a flashlight, beginning on the face. Take a breath in and soften on the exhale. And then coming to the shoulders, a nice breath in and soften, letting them come down towards the earth with the exhale. Slowly, slowly letting go, letting go. Another full breath in, releasing, letting go through the ribs and the chest, letting the arms be heavy. Repeating that pattern as you scan through your body. 3 to 5 more breaths. Letting the inhale be full, a little hold at the top, and a slow letting go exhale. Couple more breaths. Really arriving, letting the mind and the body connect, being here, present. Finish the breath you're on and take one more full breath in. Slow exhale. Then bringing the attention over your heart and just checking in with how you are emotionally doing tonight, the emotional body. Whatever is here, welcoming that. Let's see if you can give it a label and a little sensitivity, a listening ear to how you're doing. And then taking a moment to find something you are grateful for in your own body, some function, whether it be the ability to see, your beating heart, the way the lungs breathe and can help you let go. choosing one thing that you're grateful for. Just letting that settle on the heart. So often we can be critical of ourselves or our bodies, but it's wonderful to turn towards our body with gratitude for the gift that we've been given in living in this vessel. And then when you're ready, bring your knees up just a bit, roll off to one side, remove the blocks from underneath you, and then return into a reclined position. Draw the knees in towards the chest, taking your knees into your hands. And then begin to draw a smile from the hips to the tailbone to the other hip, back and forth. Use the breath. And holding the left knee in, let the right knee go long or the right foot go long. And then bring that left knee across the body for a long spinal twist. And when that foot reaches out, the hand reaches out in the opposite direction. And then feel that twist in the ribs and take a nice big breath into the ribs and let it go. One more time, big breath in and let it go. Gently lifting up that left leg, bring it back into center, draw the right knee in and let the left heel go long. And then take that right knee across the body in that long spinal twist as the right hand reaches out. Take that breath into the ribs here in the twist and release. Opening up that thoracic spine, big breath in and let it go. Lifting up the right knee, bringing yourself back to center. Land that right heel right below the glute and then place the right hand around the ankle. We're going to do a little fun posture called banana asana because you make your body kind of into a banana. So now take the left foot and sweep it across, the left hand to the right and the left hand up overhead and move the body over to the right. And you might have to wiggle your shoulders over a bit too. And then keep moving both the hand and the foot to the right, but take a big breath into the ribs on the left. Big breath now. And let it go. One more time. Big breath in. And let it go. And then kind of coming back to your center, and we'll switch the foot. So bring the left foot in and the right foot goes long. And again, use your hand around the ankle. Bring it right behind the hip. And then sweep that right foot over to the right, to the left, and the right hand. Move the shoulder blades just a little bit over to the left so you get a nice stretch on the ribs here with a big breath in and let it go. One more big breath in and release. And bringing yourself back to center, roll off to one side and then push up to a seated posture. We'll come more into our flow. You can sit with your legs folded in front of you or underneath you like I do on a block. Either way works. And then we'll begin with a little attention to our neck. So go ahead and feel the length of the spine. And then gently lean the ear towards the right, letting the shoulder drift down on the left. Inhale, raise the head. Exhale, let it drift off to the left, opening up the shoulder just a little bit on the other side. Inhale back to the center and roll those shoulder blades. Bring the shoulders forward, up towards the ears, and back down. And again. And then just check in with the back of the head, kind of even it up with the shoulder blades. So if your head is skinning forward a little bit, draw it back. Let yourself be tall in the spine. Bring the hands together. Feel the pressure of the hands in front of the heart. Namaste. Exhale here. Inhale, reach tall. And exhale, thumbs back and open the arms in a rainbow. Inhale, scoop it up. Exhale, home. Inhale, reach. And open. Inhale, scoop it up. Come to home. Bring the left hand to the inside of the left knee. Sweep the right arm open. Exhale. Stay in the twist. Soften just a little with the big breath in. And exhale. Inhale, coming through center. Drop the right hand to the inside of the right knee. Sweep the left hand open. Big breath in and exhale. Another breath in as you grow tall. Exhale, deepen the revolution of the spine. And returning back to the center. Reach the arms out into a T. We'll do some side bends. Drop both hands off to the right. Sweeping over, big breath in the ribs here. Exhale. Another big breath into the ribs. And exhale. Coming through the center, land the hand, press into the hand a little bit. It helps ground the opposite hip. And then sweep over with that right hand. Big breath into the ribs. And exhale. Another big breath in. And exhale. And then coming back into center. And just check in with your upper body, how it's feeling. If you need any additional attention, feel free to take those additional movements. And then we'll come on over onto our hands and knees. And begin with one of my favorite for the spine, which is cat-cow. So plant your hands underneath your shoulders, knees under the hips, and take Bidhilasana, cow posture. Toes can be tucked, the gaze is a bit forward. And on the exhale, untuck the toes and squeeze the navel up, push the spine up, Marjariyasana. And back and forth with your breath and your pace. 2 or 3 times. And then coming into our table. So leaving the left hand down, but extending the right hand and the left foot. Feel them reach away from each other, nice and long, and a little lift in there, activating the back body, breathing. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, lift. Exhale, long. Inhale, lift. And long. Bring the hand and foot, knee down. And actually, let's take the left ball of the foot back for a little calf stretch. That always feels good at this point. You can get a lot of tension build up in the foot and in the calf from wearing shoes and sitting at the desk all day. Coming to the other side, press that right heel out and the left thumb to the sky. Breathing here, inhale, lift, and lengthen. Feel the body move with the breath. Activate the back body, inhale, and lengthen. Big breath. Nice and long. Bringing the hand and knee down and just feeling the body settle there as we move the hands forward, one hand print, and then draw the hips forward, squeezing the glutes and lifting the heart a bit in a modified up dog. Exhale, push the tailbone back towards the heels, like towards child's pose. Float forward, tuck the toes, come to a plank. Lift the hips just a little bit. We don't want to have any sagging in the back. And then push the hips up and soften the knees a little bit so you can get your hips back towards your heels. We want to have the weight off of the hands. But your hands should be spread nice and wide, like the fingers are like starfish. And then push the heels towards the ground a little bit, pedaling out the back of the legs. Inhale back to plank. Bring the knees down and untuck the toes as you push the hips back. Lengthen out through the side body with a nice breath into the ribs. And exhale. Inhale, bring the hips forward. Lift through the heart again. Exhale back. Inhale forward, tucking the toes, coming to your plank, and push to down dog. And taking your time here to pedal out and down dog. Maybe sway the hips a little bit left and right to lengthen out the side body. And then walking your feet towards your hands till you come into a forward fold. Definitely can have some softness in the feet, in the knees, or bring the block underneath you if your hands are not quite reaching the earth. Want to have appropriate support here. When you're ready, lift by pressing onto the shins and really drawing the shoulder blades down, our half lift. Staying in a half lift with an active back body here. Inhale, fill the belly. Exhale, scoop in the navel. Inhale, fill. Exhale, scoop it in. Inhale, fill. Exhale, fold. And now we want to come to a half lift, but we want to activate the back without hand support. So you can still use the shin if you like, but I'd like to have you bring your arms out into a T and lift using the back strength. Draw those shoulders blades out. So fly out into a T. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift to a T. And fold. Inhale, fly it out. And fold. One more time. Fly to a T. And fold. And this time, reach your arms behind you as you rise all the way up to tall mountain and let it go. Some empty coat sleeves here, letting go of tension in the body. We'll just take a couple little twisting moves here. So standing sort of in the middle of your mat, we'll go ahead and plant your right foot down, and you'll be putting the weight in this foot. As you extend the left foot out, I want you to turn towards the right, okay? So weight into this leg and then turn in the twist. And then we'll come back with this foot and reach the right foot out and turn in a twist to the other side. Back and forth. And again. And again. And again. Feel that twisting of the body as you're stepping out. And you can step out lifting the hands high or low, so whatever's comfortable for your shoulders. The goal is to have a good twist in the ribs. One more time, each side. And then coming back to center. Now let's begin our flow this evening. And you're always welcome to use a chair. Our first flow will be a low a low lunge, so you probably won't need the chair, but you might appreciate a block. But with the additional flow, you're always welcome to get a little support from the chair or a sturdy surface next to you. Let's find our mountain posture. Standing in mountain with our feet parallel with the long edge of the mat, and feel the back of the head leveling up with the shoulder blades. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Take the right wrist into the left hand and exhale, side bend. Inhale, lift. Exhale, side bend to the other side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, lift. Exhale to the other side. Inhale, lift, let the arms release. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and step the right foot back, bringing the right knee down. Sweep the arms up. And then as you sink a little bit, let the hips come towards that forward heel. This modified warrior one. And remember, I promised lots of twists, so bring your hands to the knee. Let yourself sink into that, and then turn a little bit towards the knee. So your heart is revolving, okay? Then you might sweep the arm open, feel the twist this way. Keep breathing and letting the breath help you revolve a bit more. Now you might actually bring your right arm over the knee, so you get a little bit more twist from that. And you might even get into a prayer twist, so you can take your fist into your wrist, if that works better for you, or your hands in prayer. And now there's an option to tuck the back toe if you'd like and raise the knee, but you choose if that's right for you, okay? That might bring unsteadiness to you. So if you'd rather keep your knee down, do, or put your hand on the earth to keep you a little more steady, or on a block or on a chair. Then bringing the back knee down, untwisting, lifting the arms up again, let the heart come up and open. Exhale, bring the hands down to the mat and walk those hands back as you lengthen through the back of the left leg. Bring the toes up. Breathing with that stretch through the hamstring can be quite intense. And then walk your hands forward and step the left foot back to meet the right, coming to your plank. Bring your knees down, your chest down, your elbows in. Inhale into your cobra, lifting. This is so good for our back. We do cobra pose. Let's do a couple of these. Exhale, soften. Inhale, lift. Exhale, soften. Make sure to keep the neck long. Don't push the head back, but keep the neck long with the spine. Inhale, lift. Exhale, soften. Inhale, lift. Exhale, soften. Tuck your toes and push to down dog. And enjoy your down dog for a breath or two. Inhale, float to plank and bring the left knee down, and then step the right foot forward. And we'll take these moves on the other side now. Raise the arms up and let the hips sink a little bit as we come into this modified warrior one. Opening up the psoas muscle, the front of the hip here, as we sink the hips forward towards the heel. And then bringing your hands to the knee and turning towards the knee. And sweeping that right arm back. And then sliding that arm over the knee. And possibly coming into a full prayer twist or the fist into the palm if your wrists are sensitive. And then stabilizing yourself on the chair or table that's near you, or making sure that you feel stable as you tuck the back toes. And the option is there to lift the back heel. Breathing. Sorry, the back knee, not the heel. And letting that knee down. And then releasing the twist. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, fold to the earth. And draw that right hip back now. We want a good hamstring stretch on this side. So draw your right heel way back. The right hip comes back. The toes come back. Lengthen out the back of that right leg. And then walk it forward. And tuck the back toes. Exhale, step to forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Let's do a T lift too. Now sweep the arms out to the side. Strong back. Fly out to a T. Exhale, fold. Inhale, fly to a T. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep it all the way up. And release. Empty coat sleeves. And let go of any tension that might be building in the body. And then we'll come into our next flow. And I might be using the chair for this one a little bit, so I'd like to have that close by. And we definitely will want to use a block for this one. So finding yourself in your mountain posture. Feel the spine getting nice and tall. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold and swan dive. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold and step back on the right, coming to runner's lunge. 2 lanes of traffic. Plant that right hand down. Turn the left hand to the sky as you stack the shoulders and enjoy that twist. I feel this twist mostly in the outer hip, but it does revolve the spine a little too. Okay, bring the left hand down and take a block with you to the inside of that left foot. And once your hands are being supported by the block, then you can lift the heart a little bit more. So in your runner's lunge, lengthen the spine and lift the heart. Exhale, draw the hip back for pyramid. Now we're straightening that front leg, lengthening tailbone to crown, floating the heart over the knee. Breathing with that stretch. This can be intense, so just breathe with that. Always surfing into our stretch, avoiding pain. And just have it be a good sensation. Inhale, coming back to your runner's lunge. And exhale back into pyramid. Maybe 2 or 3 times. Follow what feels right for you. One of the most important things in yoga is to listen to your body, because it has a million messages for us, right? I'm giving you a little guided practice from my own experience, and you want to listen to your body and take my words lightly as a way to explore with your own experience. Coming back to pyramid. Now as you come forward to runner's lunge, let's set the block aside and we'll actually press the 2 feet away from each other. We'd like to rise into crescent. You can use a block or the chair, or you can press your feet apart and slowly rise. Keep a focus point maybe about 6 feet in front of you on the earth, and then let your hands come up, crescent lunge. The back heel is lifted in crescent lunge, but what's more stable is if you drop the back heel and come to warrior one. Now the hands can be in temple fingers or open, whichever works for you. Keep pressing the feet apart to keep the base of the posture stable. Breathing. Then release the hands if they're intertwined and open them more into a Y so that your chest can lift a little bit in that thoracic spine. And then exhale, frame the foot, step the left foot back to meet the right, and take a flow or push to down dog or child's pose. With flow, you'll come through knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, pushing back to child's pose or to down dog. Inhale, raise the right foot. Bend the knee, stack the hips. Maybe put a couple little circles with the foot in. And then bring that right knee behind the right wrist for a pigeon. So with pigeon, I like to try and move the shin forward to be close to parallel with that front edge of the mat. And that gets more of a stretch in the outer right hip. So play with that a little bit. I need some support under my right hand when I'm doing this stretch. But just work with your own experience again to see where this posture works for you. Lifting a bit through the heart and breathing. And then when you're ready, lifting that knee and heel toe over the right foot. And then on the exhale, tuck the back toes, step to forward fold. Inhale, fly to the T. Exhale, fold. Inhale, strong back. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way to the top. And exhale, release. And then repositioning yourself for your mountain posture. And we'll take these moves on the other side. So inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and step back on the left. Runner's lunge, 2 lanes of traffic. Plant the left hand down. Revolve to stack the shoulders, dragonfly twist. Breathing. Bring the right hand down to a block on the inside of that right foot. And when your weight kind of settles into that block, let the hips lower a little and the heart can lift. Runner's lunge. Exhale, draw the hips back. Pyramid. Lengthen out, tailbone to crown. Bring the heart towards the knee. Inhale, runner's lunge. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, forward. Exhale, draw the hip back. And then as you come forward into runner's lunge, see if you can set the block aside, or maybe you'll use it as you stabilize, holding the focus point, slowly rising, coming to crescent lunge. Use the chair or block as is helpful to you. And then drop that back heel when you're ready, coming into warrior one. 2 lanes of traffic, the back toes are off to about 10 o'clock on a clock. Release the arms out into a Y so the heart can lift a little bit more. And then exhale and bring the hands down to the mat. Step the right foot back to meet the left and take a flow. Knees, chest, chin. Inhale, lift. Exhale, push to down dog.
Inhale the left foot, bend the knee and stack the hips. Exhale, bring that knee forward for pigeon. Try and bring that shin parallel to the long edge of the mat. The knee comes behind the wrist, or in my case, I'm supporting myself on a block here to get that stretch in the outer left hip. 2 or 3 breaths with that. And then lifting that left knee, heel toe, the left foot into the lunge position. Tuck the back toes and step to forward fold. Inhale, lift. And exhale. Inhale, sweep to the top. And release. Little empty coat sleeves, letting go of tension. Then we have one more flow here that we would like to take tonight. So find yourself coming into your mountain posture and finding your ujjayi breath, where you kind of narrow the back of the throat by pushing the tongue up towards the soft palate, and you hear the breath, almost like you're fogging a mirror or you're making the sound of the ocean. Settle your attention with the breath. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, lower the hips, coming into chair pose, Utkatasana, also known as difficult pose. Feel the weight in the heels spreading away from each other, lighting up the back of the glutes. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold and step back to our plank. Taking flow or skipping flow, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. And we all meet in down dog. Inhale the right foot up and then bring it forward between the hands. Now we're going to rise into warrior 2. So you're going to drop the back heel so that the front heel intersects the arch of the back heel. There's one lane of traffic here. And I like to put my right elbow on the right knee and then sweep that left arm up until the arms come into the parallel to the earth position and my gaze softens over the front arm, front hand. This is warrior 2. Breathing with that. Let the shoulders drift away from the ears. Rotate the front palm up and come into reverse or proud warrior. One hand reaches for the sky, the other for the earth. Bring the top hand back to meet the back hand and draw the hands down as you broaden across the collarbones. Coming to humble warrior, slowly fold at the hips, bringing the heart to the inside of that right leg. Lifting the hands if you'd like. Releasing the hands to the mat. Turn towards the long edge of the mat so that both toes are facing the long edge of the mat, and let the heels be out a little further than the toes. Walk the hands forward as the tailbone leans back like a wide leg down dog, and then just shimmy the ribs a little bit left and right. And then walk the hands back between the legs. Let your head come to a bit of an inversion, maybe nodding yes or side to side. And then bring the hands right underneath you, a little softness in the knees. And let the hands come to the outside of the legs, maybe down towards the ankles, whatever works for you. And hold on there as your elbows get soft and you draw the heart towards the earth. Listen to the stretch. Do what feels good here. breathing with it. Plant the hands down and walk them back to the top of the mat. Step your right foot back to meet your left. And then we can take or skip flow here, whatever works for you. We'll all meet in down dog. And we will take that flow on the other side. So inhale the left foot and bring that foot forward between the hands. The right heel drops, so we're coming into that warrior two position on this side. So the front heel intersects the back arch and then sweep the arms up. Warrior two. One of our beautiful poses, asanas. Let the shoulders drift away from the ears. Breathing with this. Feel the core be strong and engaged. Drawing in the pubic bone towards the tailbone to strengthen the pelvic floor. Turn the front hand over and come to proud warrior. Gently bring the top hand to meet the back hand as you draw it down and lift through the heart. And then gently fold to the inside of that front leg. Option to lift the hands a bit and release them to the mat. Walking your way to the long edge of the mat, heel toe apart. And this time we'll kind of walk in a semicircle, starting on one foot and walking in that semicircle all the way to the other foot, getting a little bit of a twist with that. And then walking our way back. And then coming right underneath the gaze. Plant one hand down and rotate the other one like you're drawing a bow till the hand reaches to the sky. So the sacrum stays pretty flat, but the spine revolves. Bring that top hand down to the mat and draw the bow on the other side. Revolving the spine. Revolved, straddle, fold, twist. Bring the top hand down and walk both hands towards the top of the mat. Step your left foot back to meet your right. And take your final flow here, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale, back to down dog. 3 to 5 breaths here. You can also rest in child's pose. And then bring yourself with the knees down, walk them through the arms, and come to a seated posture. And we'll kind of do a little bit of core work here. Reach the arms forward, and then just lean back, keeping the spine nice and long. Inhale forward, exhale back. With the breath. Now, if you find that you're arching the back, don't go back so far. Just go back as far as you can. Keep the spine long and the heart lifted. Then let yourself down onto the mat. Bring the shins into tabletop. Exhale, push the foot away. Inhale back. Exhale, push the other foot away. And then the option to do both feet. Make sure to push the small of the back towards the earth as you push the feet away. into the hands and draw some circles. Releasing the back. And find your block. We'll go ahead and bridge up enough to slide the block underneath us. For one of my favorites, Vipariti Karani, we'll float the hips on the block and then the heels come to the sky. And taking a breath or two in here as you rest in this position. This is a restorative posture. Let the hands and the arms be limp like noodles. And let the heels drift apart if that feels good for you. Releasing, letting go. With the next breath, let the heels come back together. And then the knees towards the chest. And the heels towards the earth. Let the soles of the feet come together as the knees go nice and wide, and let the knees rock a little bit back and forth. Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring the knees back up together, press into the heels to slide the block out from underneath you. And we'll end with a long spinal twist and then come into Shavasana. So let the left leg go long. Take the right knee into the left hand and bring it across the body as the right arm reaches out. Take a big breath in here. And exhale, letting go, letting that shoulder drift towards the earth, the knee and foot drift towards the earth, letting go. Letting go. Gently lift that knee, coming back through center. And take the left knee into the right hand as the right heel goes long. Bring that right foot out across the body and the left arm out. Take a big breath in and letting go. Letting go. And when you're ready, bring yourself back to center and begin to unwind the body for our final resting posture, Shavasana. Let the arms and legs come a little away from the center of the body. You may prefer to cover your eyes or dim the lights. When you're ready, roll the shoulder blades under a little. Let the hands come up in a gesture of acceptance. Take all the space you need. The earth will support you. Nice big breath in. And on the exhale, feel the body getting a little heavier. Releasing and letting go. Another full breath in. Exhale, soften between the eyebrows, letting them drift apart. Another breath in. Exhale, soften in the jawline, letting the jaw unhinge and the tongue thicken in the mouth. Use the next breath to soften in the shoulders, letting the arms grow heavy. From the shoulder all the way to the fingertips. Bringing the attention across the front body. Let it be heavy. Heavy, soft, and warm. Softening in the belly. The weight of the hips heavy on the earth. Feeling the weight of the legs from the hips all the way down the legs, through the knee, the ankle, and the foot. Heavy, soft, and warm. And bringing your attention to the breath over the heart. And just feeling and watching the breath, breath by breath, ebbing and flowing in the body, in this gift of life. Beginning to deepen your breath just a bit. Bringing the attention back over the heart and perhaps even bringing your hands to your heart as you remember your gratitude from the beginning of practice. What function in your life or in your body were you grateful for? And just letting that sit on your heart again. And finding a little movement in the body, or perhaps taking a stretch. And when you're ready, drawing the knees in towards the chest. For a little comfort of the low back, possibly giving them a gentle hug, or drawing some circles on the back. When you're ready, coming to a seated posture to close our practice time together. Bringing the hands to prayer. The light and life in me honors and sees the light and life in each of you. Om Shanti. Namaste.
Thank you, friends, for joining me for practice. I hope you have a beautiful week. I'm going to head on over to my computer and just check in with you, see if you have anything to chat with me. Always appreciate the feedback. Each of you are helping me develop this class into something that really serves, and I really appreciate that. Please, if you do enjoy the class, make sure to share it with other people that you think might benefit from it. Okay, I'm going to check in on that computer. And let's see how we're all doing this evening here. Hopefully practice went well for everybody. So I'm not seeing any chat here, which is fine. I hope you have a good evening. I know I brought us right up to the hour. So I hope you have a good evening. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.